EA Sports. Big.
You might never get another chance to catch this. In case you're wondering who's the realest, the name unforgettable. Who's the realest? Who remains to be the fearless? You never see eye to eye with the likes of us, cause we're too damn technical. Who's the realest? NBA Street disciples, the cash and bona fide stretch for low, keep the focus. Who's real? Who's the jokers? Unknowns turn to ballers, turn to legends, struck millions in a second while we're struck with the madness. Underground, the road we're taking, no mistaking who's the genuine. Who's the fake? From the streets of New York to the shores of Venice Beach, it's the same on a larger scale. We prevail, it's a flame beyond belief.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of a brand new series here on the channel, Izzy's Retro Video Game Reviews, man. And I cannot think of a better way to kick this one off than to talk about one of my favorite video games growing up, NBA Street. So, NBA Street came out for PlayStation 2 originally, and it was later released on the GameCube. And then the subsequent volumes 2 and 3, were also released on the GameCube and Xbox and a bunch of other systems. But we're just gonna talk about the original for now. Maybe I'll cover those in a future episode. But yeah, so the first NBA Street dropped on June 19th, 2001. Man, and that is let's see, that's a little less than a year after the PlayStation 2 came out, because the PlayStation 2 came out in October of 2000. So yeah, a little less than a year. But man, I remember my first memories of NBA Street were through my buddy Steven, my neighbor that used to live around where I live at, man. Shout out to Steven and Jason and the whole Heck family. But my memories of playing NBA Street were because of him. He owned the PlayStation 2. He was able to get one on launch day, so he had one. And I remember him saying that he was going away for a weekend, and he needed somebody to. He basically lent the PlayStation 2 to us, me and my brother. And as he was going away on the trip, and man, I just remember. And one of the games that he had, I believe the only game that he had, was NBA Street. So that is my first introduction to NBA Street, man. I just remember being so mesmerized by the graphics, and even in the PlayStation 2 starting up sound. It was, if you own the PS2, you know exactly what I'm gonna talk about here. The very futuristic vibe that it gave off. As it started up, and then it took you kind of into it started out on this very futuristic vibe, and then it kind of took you from the top down, and then you saw the PlayStation 2 logo flash across the screen, and then the game booted up. NBA Street was made by EA Sports Big, who also developed SSS Tricky and the subsequent NBA Street titles, like I said, Volume 2 and Volume 3. But yeah, so as soon as you turn the game on, man, you hear Joe the Show guiding you through the proceedings, and then you see you see a kind of a mix of gameplay and CGI of all the characters in there. and then it drops you right into the game, man. You can either do like a one on one game. I mean, a regular exhibition game, or you can do what's called the city circuit. So the city circuit was basically you go through a bunch of cities. You know, Arizona, L.A., Vancouver, and Chicago, New York, all of that, and then you play the teams that are based in that specific region, and then the final match, along with the special characters that were in NBA Street, like Takashi, Stretch, DJ. I, damn, I can't remember all the characters, but those are the three that stick out to me. So Takashi was this very tall Yao Ming esque character, and DJ was this Jamaican character, and Stretch was kind of took some influence from Dr. J with the afro and everything like that. So yeah, man, I remember that, and you know, playing these characters, they were tough, and then as you would go through the city circuit, you would unlock them, and you would have the chance to add them to your team. So you would pick a base team, you know, like the Lakers or the Bulls, and all that, or whatever team you wanted to roll with. I always roll with the Lakers because I'm a big Kobe Bryant and Shaq fan. So and I'm a huge Laker fan as it is still to this day. So I always roll with the Lakers. And so you would pick a base team like the Lakers, and then you would run through the regions, and then you would unlock all the characters that I just mentioned, among others. And yeah, and the final match was you would play Michael Jordan's team, and if you beat Michael Jordan, the guest character in NBA Street, you would unlock him, and you would have the chance to not only add him to your team, but also play him in exhibition mode and just basically run through everybody. And you know, if you're playing the game on hard difficulty, man, and Michael Jordan is tough, man. His team is tough because he doesn't whenever he dunks or shoots, he doesn't miss. And you know, you had the game breakers, which were like if you did like tricks, if you did tricks that would fill up your game breaker meter, and then you would press L1 and R1 to activate the game breaker, and one if you made the shot, you would get like, I think you would get like 3 extra points added to your score, and then the computer would get -1. But you had to be careful because although it's a game changing mechanic, you can also lose it because if you, like, for example, if you're doing a game breaker and your opponent blocks it, you lose the game breaker, and then you have to rebuild your meter all over again, which could be annoying. And you can, especially when the game is only the 21, so you have only a certain, you know, window to build your game breaker. So yeah, man, I got so frustrated. Me personally, I got frustrated because, like I said, Michael Jordan was a very tough opponent. His team was very tough, and but once I beat him, man, once I was able to beat him, it was a very satisfying feeling, and I was, you know, very upset that I couldn't hold on to the game longer to keep playing it. I remember like that entire weekend I played the crap out of it, and I almost didn't do my homework, man. I was just so enthralled with NBA Street that you know, whenever I had the game in my possession, it just made me forget about everything around me, and that's what a good video game does. And video games in general are supposed to do that. You know, no matter what you're going through, uh, or what's going on, and you're supposed to, when you're playing the game for whatever amount of time that you're playing it for, you're supposed to just forget everything and just be in that world, and that certainly was the case with NBA Street. And I definitely remember when I got my PlayStation for my birthday in 2002. Uh, Man, it was just it was the same feeling. So as soon as I throw it on, I threw on NBA Street, and you know I got a pretty good handful of games at that time for PS2. I remember I had like four to start out with, and then I just built my library. But the four that I started out with were WWE SmackDown Just Bring It, Grand Theft Auto 3, NBA Street, and Max Payne. Uh, so yeah, no, well actually three because Max Payne didn't come out till July of. No, actually Max Payne came out. Max Payne was out then, yeah. So Max Payne, I had Max Payne. Those were the four that I had. So yeah, man. So NBA Street was a great game, and man, talking about it now, I just want to go downstairs to the basement and just pull up my PlayStation 2, which I still have, and pull out my copy of NBA Street and just get to work, man. But yeah, the definitely some very good times while playing NBA Street that I'll never forget. And Volume Two and Volume Three were were very good, and NBA Street Home Court not so much, but Volume Two and Volume Three were very good, and but with all this remastering and everything like that, and rebooting. And just the PlayStation Plus premium services that they're bringing a lot of classic games back on that service. They need to bring back NBA Street because if they do, I will definitely download it, and I want all the smoke. If they bring back NBA Street on PlayStation Plus Premium, and whoever wants to smoke, man, y'all know where to find me. So yeah, and I will deliver it. But yeah, man, that is gonna do it for this episode of Izzy's the first episode of Izzy's retro video game reviews, man. Uh, and yeah, like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.